Hey Nick,
Hey Wyatt,
how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Not too bad. Is it getting cooler in the mornings over there in Chicago already?
It's starting to.
Yeah, here too. It was probably, I don't know, mid 40s this morning, so was actually able to enjoy a nice cup of hot chocolate in my slippers this morning. It was pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
But it reminded me that I should probably wash my mugs. We don't have it yet.
Hey there, we don't have it yet. And I am Nick, that is Wyatt, and we don't have it yet. Da 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 da. I think I might switch out the intro music and just stick with that.
Yeah,
We're rolling, right?
I,
Yeah,
I think that's you gotta clip that.
not a problem. Ah, boy, we don't have it yet. What's up, guys? I'm Nick. That's Wyatt. I hope you're well. We are back recording late in the evening tonight because we both have real things to do during the day that got in the way of everything. But we
Kind of
are
rude,
here. And
honestly.
yeah. How are you, sir?
Doing pretty well, as you just said, it's about 9 or 10 hours later than when we normally record. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun. This is we don't have it yet, late night edition, I guess. I guess we can swear now.
Oh, fucking A. AI sweep on Apple just caught me. Now we're explicit tonight. Ba-dum-bum.
Yeah, it's always fun. I enjoy seeing when our podcasts are uploaded to Apple Podcasts. Also available on Spotify and pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts. But yeah, it's funny to see when our episodes are uploaded onto Apple Podcasts, and we have that nice little explicit label, and it's not on every episode. So it's like, oh, I wonder if it was you or me that dropped something that the Apple censors did not like.
I don't go out of my way to not curse, but I do probably curse more in my day-to-day life than I do on this show. So I probably am trying to PG-13 myself at least a little bit, I think.
Yeah, I think even though this is much different than my 20 plus, no, actually not 20 yet, almost 20-year ago radio experience of trying to not drop too much profanity. Sometimes it slips, but
Yeah.
I feel like it's just old habits die hard.
It's exciting news that I think I just shared with you is that we have a soundboard now that I'm going to get to play with, and hopefully you'll get to play with one too. So I can do like, where have we been
Hey,
before that? I mean,
yeah, now we've made it.
well, I could really take us into morning radio territory now, is what I'm thinking. Just drive time radio, the worst of the worst. Screw all this long format stuff. We're going to do, weather and sports and news updates every
Traffic on the
15.
sevens.
Yes. 10 minutes until the top of the hour. Um, what's been going on with you, man? How you been?
No, been pretty good. We talked last week. I had a couple of shows that I went to that we can talk about a little bit later. I had some fun. I went and saw Evil Dead in concert,
Oh,
which,
yeah.
yeah, and
That'd
then
be
I
awesome.
went and saw Kevin James perform a comedy set on Saturday night with my dad, and that was pretty great too. And
He's
I
probably still
think
packing them in, I bet, huh?
he had I think Saturday night he had an early show and a late show, 4 and 7, and both were completely sold out.
Yeah.
I gotta say, the guy has packed on a few pounds, though. I know he lost all that weight. I got in shape for, I don't know if it was
Did
a
he?
movie or just, yeah,
Oh, yeah, he did some UFC thing. I remember that. That might have been
yeah, and
10
then,
years ago, though. I have no idea.
yeah, even the photos promoting the tour, I wouldn't say he was ever skinny, but it was like in shape Kevin James. And then he came out on stage. I
I
was like,
know.
oh, buddy, you look,
So he's, getting back into the road life. It's hard out there, man. It's
I'm
I
one to
know
talk,
so
so
little about Kevin James at all. Bullshit. Seeing you're built like a brick shithouse. Um, to anybody look at Wyatt's calves on his running photos? Oh my God, they're tree trunks. It's ridiculous.
they look like
It's
Kevin
very
James.
emasculating. It's very emasculating. I was
Yeah,
gonna say I
well,
know so little about Kevin James's stand up. or really most of his career. I mean, like everybody's seen him and stuff because it's impossible not to. But like the only bit that I can remember, and it was funny as hell, was the phone number bit from back in the day. That
Hmm.
might have been from like his
Bum bum
first
ba.
HBO special or something. Yeah, ba 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 da ba ba. It's like, yeah, basically. Well, I think the gist of it was you can completely screw somebody over by saying
Yeah,
your phone number right. Yeah, so
yeah.
instead of
Like
666-1234, you could just, or God, I can't even do it right or
it'd be
wrong
like
right now.
66 or 666 42.
Yeah,
It's like, wait, I can't fit the one in
I
there.
I found it very difficult to say a phone number normally without going directly into my phone number, which might
Yeah,
just
you want
speak
to
to
be careful
how
there. Don't dox
tired how
yourself.
tired I am. Yeah.
So I
Uh,
believe someone told me that it was your birthday recently.
it happens every year. It's a real pain in the ass.
You don't get to
They
like
just keep
skip it on
coming.
leap years.
I figured once I hit 40, you just got a break, but no, they just keep coming.
Do you do anything
And
fun?
yeah, man, my lovely wife had some Maryland crabs delivered on Friday, so that was a really awesome surprise. So yeah, big styrofoam packed case of crabs came in. It was like 15 jumbo boys just for us to sit and pick and eat, and they come kind of. I guess they're. I don't want to say par cooked, but I mean they're cooked, and you just kind of warm them up in the oven. They
Yeah.
overnight them from Maryland, from this place Conrad's that we used to go to all the time. Shout out Parkville and White Marsh, and yeah, they were amazing. And I have not had crabs in probably 3 or 4 years, and my son hasn't done it since before he can remember. So that was really cool to just like sit around the table and yeah, jabberjaw.
Did bring
It's
back some of that Maryland nostalgia for you?
of course, man. It's not just like a meal. It's a social activity. You sit at like a picnic table covered in newspaper, and you pick crabs, and you drink shitty light beer, and that's what you do on a summer afternoon, like barbecue type of thing. It's very it's kind of like a ritual versus just a meal. Everybody from the outside is like crab cakes, crab cakes, crab cakes. Because I get it, it's a pain in the ass. Like the amount of reward for effort, especially if you don't know what you're doing, you didn't grow up doing it. I get the argument, I understand it, but like to me, there's something special about sitting there picking crabs. And I think of crab cakes as more of like things you get when you have visitors from out of town, or things you get served at a wedding in the Maryland area. And I'm probably a bit on my own in that assessment, but yeah, it was awesome. And then yesterday, we got to go to a new Korean barbecue place that's like soft opening in the area, and it's actually a
Yeah, I
cool
saw you post some
concept.
pictures on that, and I really want to hear your thoughts on that because that looks
Yeah,
amazing.
it was called. I think it's called Max, and so it was very much still in the process of being put together. They must have spent millions on this place on the interior. I mean, it's all very. I don't even know how best to describe it. Kind of funky chic. Like you have stone tabletops with the cookers and everything, and it has built-in induction ranges and everything. There's chandeliers hanging from the ceiling, but there's also like RGB lighting. So it's kind of like I don't know, funky fun. They
I'm
built a
looking at the
massive,
pictures right now.
yeah, massive bar in there, full bar. I don't know who's just going to sit in that place and drink, but all the more power to them. I hope they do well. So yeah, it's Korean barbecue and hot pot, and it's not just one kind of hot pot. It was kind of you had your choice of just like a regular bone broth was the classic, I think. There was a tom yum kind of Thai hot pot. There was some other spicy one that I can't remember, and if you're looking at the website, maybe you can tell me. And then I got the mala one, which is the Sichuan style hot pot, which has the spice and the Sichuan peppercorns, the numbing peppers, which is amazing. And I actually many years ago, 20 years ago now almost, I was in Chengdu in Sichuan province in China
No
and
way.
fell in love with it. And yeah, this is a bit muted in comparison. Uh, I get that they're trying to go for like a broader audience. Next time I'll ask them to turn up the dial on the hot pot spice. But I mean, overall, it was amazing. I mean, it's all you can eat, but you order everything a la carte like you do, normally in Korean
Yeah.
barbecue kind of thing. But full tilt menu, and it wasn't too expensive either. I think it was $33 for
Yeah, as I
adults.
say, right now it says, I mean, maybe if soft open it was different, but
Yeah.
36.99 for adults and $23 for a child for all you can eat hot pot and Korean barbecue. That sounds pretty
Yeah, I mean,
good.
I can do damage, and when you consider how much it costs to go out to eat these days, it was actually a
Yeah.
pretty damn good deal. Like there was nothing like it was like, oh, those ones are premium. You have to pay extra if you want to order that. There was nothing like that, and so we got like sliced lamb and brisket, and I got a whole New York strip. We got some ribeye, pork cheek, which was amazing on the grill. Shrimp. We got, I mean, just tons and tons. Oh, and then to kick it all off, I got a real thrill out of this. On the menu, the first time I've even seen it on a menu here was blue crab for the hot pots. So yeah, two nights in a row for birthday Maryland boy. I got crabs. So yeah, through blue crabs. I'm sure they were not Maryland blue crabs, but blue crabs nonetheless into my spicy numbing hot pot, and yeah, flipping delicious, man. So we'll have to go there if you ever make it out.
Yeah, that sounds like something that would be actually absolutely right up my alley.
I got the impression it's not a one-off. It might be a chain that's currently spreading across the country. I haven't looked more into it at all.
As far as I can tell, this
It is
is
just
a
the one
one-off,
location.
at least
Oh, okay.
based on their website. It looks
Well, they
like
are they are going for it, man. I'll tell you that. Now you can put the
they
website in the
also have a
show
lunch
notes.
special.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
It
It
looks
was
like Monday through
huge
Friday,
too.
11 to 4.
I don't know how many covers they're going to be set up for by the time they're done, but it's a big space.
Did you get a chance to do any
Oh,
pinball
sorry,
or anything for your birthday? Or
dude. I have not. I'm so sad. No,
wow, when was the last time you played?
it's been a minute. Probably the beginning of the month. The tournaments probably. Did I even play this month though? I can't even remember, to be honest with you. School came back, man, and now everything's upside down again. So that's
I know you did some
that's taken over.
volunteering,
Oh
of
yeah, no,
course.
I did. Yeah, I did Papa. That's right. Yeah, I volunteered at Papa at the beginning of the month, so I was playing then. But yeah, I haven't been out. I'll probably, hopefully, play in the October tournaments coming up. But I got Pin Expo in just over 2 weeks, I think. Which really reminds me, I got to get my shit together. I had to fill out the volunteer forms, possibly buy tickets, figure out what I'm doing, if I want to play in the tournament. Do I want to
I think
go
you
to the?
should.
Well, okay, so there's the main tournament, which is spread over the whole thing, which I've done the past 2 years now. And while it's a lot of fun, like I'm not on that level, man. And you have people flying in from all over the world to play in this thing, and you have these young kid prodigies. You have everybody under the sun. I mean, it's an incredible event. It really is. It's amazing. Uh, but it's a commitment too. Like even if you come in last, you still have to show up, over the course of 3-4 days in some capacity. So it's kind of like a lot of pressure. Should I do that again? And I do enjoy it. I can't lie about that. And I'll definitely still volunteer, or just go to they do at Interium, which is just down the street from the convention center where the Pin Expo is held. They do like a pop off, I think they call it, which is the night before the event. So it's the Thursday night, I think, if the
Yep.
expo is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I was thinking like maybe I'll just do that this year, and then just get to enjoy the expo a little more, because between volunteering at the tournament and playing in the tournament last year, I was barely on the floor at all. Like I didn't even see, they did open like a whole video game half of the convention last year, and I didn't even see it, and I didn't go to talks or anything. So kind of gotta try and strike a balance a little more this year, I think.
Yeah, I think the pop off the night before seems like a good idea. Just to
Yeah.
get yourself a little tournament and then be able to actually enjoy the expo.
Well, I just want to, yeah, more floor time just to be able to, like, yeah, see stuff. And I got to get you and our friend Red Junk Joe on, like, a FaceTime during the live auction. And we'll just, you guys can, like, tell me what's worth getting, or what is reasonable to pay on things. Should I bid on stuff? Like, because if I'm realistically ever going to purchase one, it's probably going to be in a setting like that, in an auction where it's maybe something where, yeah, this sort of mostly works, but it might have some problems or might need some love, and here's a discount on it, because everybody that hauls stuff there is ready to let it go, and they don't want
Yeah,
to
that's
take
the
it
nice
home.
thing.
Yeah, so I watched some real deals get scooped out of there last year, and a lot of the people bidding and stuff are collectors, so they don't want the crap that I actually
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Um,
So you need to
so
get you need to find a Shack Attack for $200-300 is basically what I'm
there was,
saying.
yeah, I think there was something. It was like No Good Gophers or one of the clones of that last year that like needed a little bit of love, but I would have loved to have owned it, and it went for something ridiculously low, like I want to say like $500 or $600 or something like that.
Oh wow.
Um, but there was something like, wrong with it. But if I'm gonna buy one, I would like it to be a project along with just having it. And I say that now, and I'll probably end up cursing myself for bringing in,
Why can't I just
never-ending
play it?
headache. Yeah, but I don't know. I like the idea of it. So yeah, we'll get you out to Pin Expo one year too, and
Yeah, I'd be a lot of fun. I'd really like to do that. Speaking of Joe, didn't he come out last year? Was that last year?
2 years ago they made it.
2 years ago?
Yeah, I think he and Sam had another expo, or plans they had fallen through to go to Vegas or something like that, and I had just on a whim said, well, it's PinX, you should just come to that. And he's like, okay. um, yeah, so that was the first time I got to meet them, actually, and I think that may have been when he bought his Pulp Fiction.
Speaking of which, are you still? This is, I guess, we haven't really talked about it on the podcast, but you've been trying to
Years.
chase Joe's Pulp Fiction score. Have you
Oh
had a
God, yeah,
chance to
no,
really
no,
chase it
no,
down at
no.
all?
I, dude, I think my best might have been very early on when I was first playing it, and I got it up to like 2 million something, and I think Joe was at 6 something. Is that right?
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to say it's a tough machine, but it can be unforgiving. Perhaps that's the way to put it. I don't know. Do you guys have it? You've played it a bunch, haven't you?
No, I have not played Pulp Fiction yet.
Oh, okay. But I mean, you know of it, right? That it's kind of like a
Yes, yeah,
hybrid,
yep,
retro modern design kind of thing.
yep.
Yeah. Anytime I play it, I don't really have any major like strategy other than trying to hammer the pawn shop and the character drop at the top. But it's such a good game. I love that game. I could talk about that forever. But no, to simply answer your question, I have never gotten close to beating Joe's score. But in fairness to Joe, I believe that was like a top 10 in the world score at the time that he said
Yes,
it.
it was.
So yeah, kudos to me not being able to catch it at any point. What
So,
was the other show you
Joe,
said you went to besides? Oh, go ahead. No, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, Joe, if you're listening to this, Nick wants you to bring Pulp Fiction to Really Rad Weekend so he can spend it.
Yes. So I think I was supposed to do that at Rad Bar last year, in talking about it and build up, and then it was one of those things where once you're there, you're just talking to people and hanging out.
Yeah,
And,
I was gonna say,
I could play pinball anytime.
Yeah, I think last year got away from everyone pretty quick. It was a whirlwind. I mean, for me at least, and I'm sure it was for everyone else, but because I was only there for a day. Did we? No, we left Monday, right? I think. God, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think we left Monday morning.
You got in early Saturday, and we left early Monday morning. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was a whirlwind for you for sure. Yeah.
So this year,
I think we talked about
actually. Well, there's one thing I wanted to transition to, but you did ask me something, and I could talk about that after. The other show that I went to.
Yeah, but go ahead. But go ahead. Whatever you're gonna say. Oh, right, Evil Dead Live, which I do want to hear about. But go ahead into what you were saying.
Well, I was going to say, we're coming up on Really Rad Weekends here in a little over a month. I believe it is November 8th and 9th. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
nope.
I booked it.
Yep, 8th and 9th. And we both plan on going on there. And I was looking at flights. I was looking at flights this week because it seems like it's about that time to probably look at that. And I figured what better way to do this than live on air which I guess will be
Oh,
recorded after, for
okay.
everyone else. But so I've got
Uh-oh.
two options, and I need to know what you think I should do. And
All
your
right.
opinion's going
I'm
to weigh
game.
in heavily here. Let me
I'll provide advice.
actually wrote this down for myself because I want to do a comparison here. So I got two options. Um, Sadly, for
Hit me.
whatever reason, it seems like Southwest either isn't flying out of Manchester or just isn't available when I'm coming. Southwest is usually who I go with, mostly because I've got Southwest gift cards and it feels like the best thing to do.
Are they like
But
slashing routes everywhere with all the craziness going on with flights and everything?
maybe it just seems like
Yeah.
almost overall I can't really find a lot of flights. I don't know if it's just the Northeast, or what, but yeah, looking even Boston, which Boston has everybody flying out of there out of Logan, but
Yeah.
no, so I've got two options here. So the
Okay.
first option is I'm probably, with the way that prices are working out, I would be flying out of Manchester into Florida Wednesday. I know you're planning on coming in Thursday, I believe.
Yes. Yes.
So I'd have to go there Wednesday, find a hotel for the night, and I would probably just stay at the resort and either just book the same room for the entire block, because I know we haven't, agreed on this yet, but I assume we're probably going to be rooming together like we did
I
last
suppose so. Yeah. Good.
So fly down to Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Wednesday, hotel Wednesday night. You show up Thursday, we do our thing, and then I believe you're flying out Sunday.
Yes, I'm leaving Sunday. That was
Okay.
the one caveat to my very cheap ticket, but I figured that'd be all right.
Yeah, so I would be flying out Monday because for whatever reason, apparently Chicago and Manchester, Boston are totally different, because if I tried to fly out on Sunday, it would cost me like $400 more than it would on Monday, which is wild.
Yeah,
So
fudge
that's
that noise.
so that was my first option. Then the second option, which I think I would prefer, but there's a lot hinging on this, is that Tuesday I could fly from Manchester
Sure.
to O'Hare in Chicagoland
That's where I
and
live.
find someone. Oh, no way. So do you know if you would let me crash with them for a couple nights?
My neighbor is pretty cool. I'll talk to her. She's in her late 80s.
Oh,
So
hell
there
yeah.
might be something of a house scent, if you will, if you're okay with sleeping like that. But she's a trooper. Usually lights out by 7:45. But as long as you're cool with those things, I'll speak to her on your behalf.
Yeah, I
Have you
appreciate
ever
that.
been
I worked at a
convicted of a
nursing home for
felony?
about a
Yeah.
decade. No,
Oh,
I think I'm good.
oh, it's. Yeah, man, fucking A. Of course you could crash here. That would be amazing. And wait, if you came in on Tuesday, the first Tuesday in November, that would mean that it's Interium Pinball Night for the monthly IFPA tournament, which you could come to and play in. Is it that? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Y-
yeah. I'm looking at
No
the
way.
calendar. It is.
Huh.
So, I'm
So
gonna have
yeah,
to
so
choose
I'd be
option
doing
two
that.
here, sir.
Yeah, and then I assume you're flying Allegiant, right, on Thursday?
Yersh.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
it's like
you'd hop on the
12
same
to 2.
flight.
Yeah, because I
Yeah,
believe
12 to 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So I
We
think
don't have to actually. But you're talking about doxing. We don't have to actually give the full flight details, lest
Oh
one
no,
of
I
our
want to give the
listeners
flight numbers.
decides.
I want to give our seat assignments. I want to
Oh God, there could be dozens of people that want to stalk us. Wyatt, come on.
I don't even want to stalk me.
I sure as hell wouldn't.
I
God,
would love to get
it'd
lost.
be so. If I had a stalker, it'd be like, Jesus, this guy is boring. I've been outside his house for 3 days. I saw him come out to the mailbox once. There's nothing else happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
stalkers.
yeah, if that works for you, that'd be cool.
That would
So
be
if I
cool
came out
as
there,
shit. Are you kidding me? Yeah. I would
that'd be
actually
awesome.
get
Then
to
I get to
like
meet your family.
share this basement that I've constructed around myself with like another human being that I'm like, oh, it'll be cool when we have people over. Um, yeah. Oh God, I'm like excited now, man. Yeah. I'm
Sweet.
saying yes. I
Yeah. So
haven't,
I
I
guess
haven't spoken to the family, but that's
yeah.
yeah.
I was gonna say
You're good.
why don't I hold off until you get final
No,
approval
you're
there, and
fine. You're fine. No,
that'll be cool. So yeah,
I are excited. Yes. Oh, I
that'll
get
be great.
extra
So
Wyatt
yeah,
this
I
year.
guess we'll give a little plug to. I've already talked about it, but yeah, like I said, Really Rad Weekend is 8th and 9th in Fort Walton Beach, or maybe it's Destin. I get those two areas mixed up.
They're next
But
to
yeah,
each
it's a
other.
really
It's in
fun.
Fort Walton Beach,
Yeah.
Florida. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. In Fort Walton Beach, it's a really cool, just pop culture. I wouldn't say it's a video game convention. I wouldn't say it's a pinball convention. There's a lot of just video games, pinball, comics.
It's they
Like
all
it's a
dude, they all bleed into each other these days. You
yeah.
know, it's all everything nerddom. You know, it's like, well, it's not strictly a comics thing, but we do cosplay with comic characters, and it's not strictly a
Yeah.
video games thing. Yeah, it's everything's like that, and it's great. I prefer that. You know, you get a little from everything of all your interests, kind of thing. And
Yeah,
it's
it was really fun.
also on
Last
the
year
beach in a beautiful beach
was my
resort.
first year.
So, yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, last year was actually the first time I've been to a convention, so it was kind of cool that was, the first one that I was able to hit. And it was really cool seeing they had the big retro game room, the giant pinball hall with the arcade games, being able to go visit our friends Ian and John and doing their live episode of Extra Napkins, which was cursed with audio issues.
Oh, the machine gun fire. Yeah, come by and you can see us really crash and burn trying to do something in a live recording, perhaps. And still, we got to push harder to get our live commentary pinball room booth for this year. So maybe we can make that. Otherwise, I'll just, go buy a folding table at Walmart and pretend that we're allowed to, and the microphones won't be hooked up to anything. And people wonder who these guys are sitting in the corner talking.
We'll just have our unplugged microphones.
Yeah, it's fine. They're just hanging off the edge of the table, sitting on the floor. It's just like, no one tell them. Yeah, we all see. We're not acknowledging it.
Just ignore them.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah. So
sweet. Oh, so we gotta. We're gonna have to plan out your food eating, or we're gonna have a full itinerary. I'm not, an ultra planner guy, but we need to maximize your time here in Chicago. So let's get you a checklist of things you need to eat. We're gonna get you. Well, the beef and dog, that's easy. We can check that off. That's no problem. But yeah, start building the list, man.
I'm gonna have to, especially since it looks like I would be getting in around 10 a.m. on Tuesday, and we'd be leaving at noon on Thursday. So that's a lot of fun stuff to pack in.
Oh yeah, we can
46
cover
hours.
some food ground. Yeah, dude, I'll clear my work schedule. This is gonna be the shit. I was about taking off that whole week anyway, so this works out. Oh yeah, I love this.
All right, well, I guess
you can transition to something next now. Because, I'm not going to be able to top that. I'm flying high now. I don't know what else to talk about now. Why it's coming?
Well, no, I can talk about Evil Dead in concert, which is what I was gonna talk about, and then I figured this was a good transition to figure this stuff out. So.
I think last time when we were talking about it, you were talking about going to it, and we said that Evil Dead really didn't even have much of a soundtrack, and it was mostly just screechy noises and sharp noises. To which, after you went, you reminded me that we were completely wrong about that. Basically.
Oh yeah, we were both 100% wrong. There is a lot of music in that movie, and it sets the tone very well. And I don't know why, even though I've seen that movie a dozen times, for whatever reason, I don't know if the soundtrack just melded so well with the movie that I never really noticed the soundtrack playing. But yeah, it was really cool seeing, I think there was a 1, 2, 8, maybe an 8-piece band that was playing just the live soundtrack, I suppose. Mm-hmm. And the soundtrack was actually, I'll have to go back and watch the original movie hopefully sometime soon, because I guess the person that composed the music for Evil Dead came back and revamped the soundtrack for this live in concert showing. So I guess it's possible that the original maybe was more screechy and not really music stuff, but
I think it blends together with Evil Dead 2 in my head for sure. And then I always think of the Jack Black quote from High Fidelity. What would I say if I told you I haven't seen Evil Dead 2 yet? And it's like, say you're a cinematic idiot. It's so funny and violent, and the soundtrack kicks fucking ass. Yeah, I love that movie.
It is a great movie. Jack Black. All those movies. Evil Dead 2 is great.
This is true. I love that book, too.
I always forgot that Bruce Campbell's biggest enemy in Evil dead is furniture in that movie. He gets toppled over by bookshelves, by like cabinets, and he's just like, it's not even the evil that gets him. It's like he gets knocked over by a bookcase and he's struggling under what looks like it's maybe a 15-pound bookcase while his friends are being eaten alive. But that movie, it was a lot of fun. Like I said, last year we
You said
saw
like
Labyrinth.
8-piece band. You said 8-piece band. Is it like a string quartet plus a percussionist plus whatever else, or you don't really see them, or
There was, I believe, there was a cello. There was a percussionist. There were, gosh, there was brass. There's wind. There was string, and there was percussion. I can't remember exactly what the ratio was
oh,
of
fair. Yeah, it's a
instruments,
dumb
but
question. Yeah.
no, it's not. If I was if you had asked me maybe the day after it, I'd probably have a better memory of it. But yeah, it wasn't like orchestral, but it
Mm-hmm.
basically hit all of the major groups, the
Mm-hmm.
music groups, all the major music groups. I was gonna say food groups, which is a little bit of a different thing.
Sorry, I interrupted you, but you said you saw the same thing with Labyrinth, which would definitely be. I know the soundtrack to Labyrinth very well. I was listening to it yesterday on my new fancy hi-fi turntable.
Oh, I forgot. I saw that you got a new you got a turntable for your birthday too, huh?
Yeah, I finally got a big boy one, not some just 3/4 size regular record doesn't even fit on it type of dealy. Not it wasn't a Crosley, but it wasn't far off. Not a suitcase, but like built-in speakers to the turntable and
Yeah.
everything. It was cheapy. No, but my parents got me this one just kind of randomly. It's pretty sweet looking. I'm pretty sure it's a Chinese something. Hang on, what's it called? I'm standing up to look. Angel's Horn means nothing to me.
Eh.
But it came with an Audio Technica cartridge, and it's counterweighted, and it's nice and wood and pretty. And yeah, I got the scale that you told me to get today came from Amazon to weigh, I guess, the counterweight, the
Yep.
pressure that the needle puts onto the record. I was not ready for all this, man. I just thought, oh, they're all automatic these days, kind of thing. It is belt driven versus direct drive. I guess the direct drives would be more automatic. I don't
Yeah.
know. Or so yeah, this is all a somewhat new world to me, or at least stepping back into it after mostly having been away from vinyl since I don't know the late '90s at best. So it's been awesome, and yeah, I got a couple cool records. Got the new Between the Buried and Me, which is a lot of fun, and then like you just said, the Labyrinth soundtrack because I'm a David Bowie fan, but I was a Labyrinth mega fan as a kid, and I attempted to pass that on to my son, which is how my dog ended up getting named Bowie. That's another story. But anyway, it sounds amazing, and I was jamming Magic Dance pretty hard yesterday.
So you said you wanted your son into it. Is he a Labyrinth fan, or are we not there yet?
Oh, I might have shown it to him a little too early, and that he was kind of like meh on it. I don't think he was really keeping up with it at the time. Because,
Yeah.
like, gosh, he must have been like 4 then.
Okay. Yeah, that might have been a
Yeah,
little
4 or
early.
5. Yeah, not in like it was inappropriate or
No, no,
scary
no.
or something like Christ. He was loving Jurassic Park when he was at 4. But yeah, just that maybe he didn't follow it. We should try and watch it again. But that's when we had first gotten Bowie, and he didn't have a name yet. And I happened to have that on the TV as we were like tossing names around, and I said, "What about Bowie?" And for whatever reason, he just like went like, "Yep, that's it. I want that." Yeah, his name is Bowie now. So you're not going to hear me complain about that.
Well, that also kind of, I guess, can double for your love of Maryland too.
Oh, Bowie is Southern Maryland. Okay, that's different. All right, that's DC people.
Oh,
There
we
is a
don't like them.
cutoff. There are Maryland DC folk and there are Maryland Baltimore folk. I am strictly a Maryland Baltimore guy, and then there are Eastern Shore people, and that's a whole different story altogether. But yeah, I dated a girl from Bowie in college. That's about all I know about that town. How do you know what that
All
town
right.
is?
The Bowie Bay Sox, man. Baseball.
Oh right, yeah, Bay Sox are great. That's true. I should have known better. What am I thinking? I thought the
Yeah,
Aberdeen Ironbirds get all the get all the attention these days because they play in Cal's mini Camden Yards.
Yep. Yeah, so I
So I wonder
guess
if he gives a shit about them now that he owns the Orioles. Probably not so much.
nah, he's more worried probably about Kevin Costner. Okay, we don't need to get into the Cal Ripken Jr. Kevin Costner lore, even though it's one of my favorite stories.
Well, hit me with this broad strokes because I don't know if I'm totally aware of what you're referring to.
Oh, you really don't? Yeah,
No,
I'll give
I'm
you
curious now.
Oh,
The listeners are
so
probably yelling at me right now, but
honestly, maybe a few of them are, but maybe this is just one of
okay.
those weird things that Wyatt knows about. It's a I will say tall tale because it's never been like verified that this happened.
Okay.
But obviously we know, Cal Ripken Jr., Iron Man had that great streak going.
21-31.
Yep, 21-31. And during this streak, supposedly, oh God, I gotta make sure I get this right because I always get it backwards. And yeah, so supposedly Cal Ripken Jr. came home one day and he saw Kevin Costner becoming intimate with his wife, with Cal Ripken Jr.'s wife, not Kevin Costner's wife, and they
Kelly
got
Ripken.
into
He is now divorced from
they
her.
got into a fight, and yeah, so there might be something there, but I guess Cal punched Kevin Costner during this altercation and hurt his hand bad enough that he wasn't going to be able to play. So do you remember the night during the streak where, for whatever reason, the power wouldn't work at Camden and they had to cancel the game?
I mean, dude, you're talking a long time. Very probably. I would have been watching it at the time. I remember the whole 21-31, but
yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you're telling me that they specifically sabotaged the stadium in order to not break
That's what the lore is that happened.
The urban
Cal hurt his
legend.
hand so badly. Yes, he wasn't going to be able to play. So it was a night game at Camden Yards. For some reason, the power went out. They weren't able to get it to work. So they canceled the game. So Cal got to keep his streak. He came back the next game and they kept going. It's never been verified that this actually happened, but
I could see her stepping out. She used to come into the shoe store with the kids that I worked in, as did he sometimes. And yeah, not a very nice lady. Not a very nice lady at all. Very do you know who I'm married to and why are you helping other customers? And that's all I'll say about that. He was always quite cordial, I must say.
Well, there's a reason why there's Cal Ripken League Baseball and not Kelly Ripken League Baseball.
Yeah, they're divorced.
So I think that's a good transition to. It's a terrible transition, but we're gonna go with it.
Going with that. Yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that.
No,
shouldn't it be Kelly
no
Ripken baseball if they were divorced? Like she got the baseball? Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. Interesting story though. Fun urban legend.
Well,
what
actually,
we going to do before I totally sidetracked us on that.
I have no idea, but so I guess talking about Cal Ripken's streak, I think that segues perfectly into this streak that we've had going for several weeks of us doing Backlog Buster Brothers, and we should continue that streak here this week by discussing what we did last week. And I think I'll probably have more to say about mine, mostly because you watched my movie recently and I just watched it, and I figure your game I haven't played in quite a while, and I have a feeling you'll probably have stuff to say about it, but not want to discuss too much of it.
Well, it's not spoilers to give away. It's pretty cut and dry.
I'm just saying when I gave it to you, I wasn't expecting it to be a game that you loved. Which, to remind everyone from last week, I assigned Nick the game Cluster Truck, and I played this week asking him about it. Yeah, it looks like my audio is kind of cutting in and out. So, hey, if this podcast episode has crappy audio, let's blame it on the fact that I'm recording at night and not in the middle of the day. But yeah, so yes, I miss my fiber internet so very much. Yes, I assigned you Cluster Truck, and I'm curious to hear how you felt about this game? What is the game?
Okay, so Cluster Truck is basically it's a first-person game where you start out on top of the back of an 18-wheeler, like think of Morpheus in the Matrix 2, and your job is to jump. That's driving down the highway, and there's a bunch of other 18-wheelers, and your job is to jump from 18-wheeler to 18-wheeler, and navigating them, going through traffic, them crashing into each other, so on and so forth, until you just reach basically a finish line. And the entire game is just loose variations around that. Different environments, different places, different, crashes that happen, different turns. It gets more complicated, but loosely, that's it. You just got to get from point A to point B and navigate your way along via only jumping on 18-wheelers. You hit the ground, you're insta dead. And it's the kind of game where you die and reset like instantaneously. So it made me think of games like Super Meat Boy or Celeste, where because you're gonna die a lot. It is appreciated that it's instantaneous, so it doesn't give you long enough to get frustrated and chuck the controller down because you're already playing the next try. Having said that,
I was gonna say, yeah,
I
that's
found
kind of funny that you put that with those two games.
yeah, I love both of those games, and I don't mind precision platforming. This game drove me up the freaking wall, dude. I found it to be so goddamn frustrating, and I could not find a control scheme that really worked great for me either. So first of all, it's super floaty, and I don't know if
Yes.
you remember that at all, but
Yep.
it is like it's like Destiny level floaty jumpy. And when you're doing something that requires absolute control precision, and it's that low G of an environment kind of thing that you're playing in, I don't know. I had a tough time with it. I really did. And for whatever reason, because you're using one stick to move and one to look and then a button to jump, and you're having to kind of do all three of them at the same time constantly, I found it really difficult. So I was like, okay, this isn't working. Let me go try mouse and keyboard, because then I can WASD and use my thumb to jump on the space bar and still have my other hand free for the mouse. And that worked better for sure. But damn, it's hard. It can be unforgiving. It demands total precision, even with the floatiness. And once you get past the initial few, it's like 10 little mini levels per section. And once you're past the first few sections, I started just getting rage-inducing levels. Oh, and they have a Halloween pack right now too, which is a lot of fun. But like I get it. I could see why people like it. And you had said to me, great to dip in, for 20 minutes at a time.
Yep.
I think is how you described it. Yeah.
Yep.
I think I don't understand how anyone could play it for more than 20 minutes. It's infuriating. Not because it's a flaw in what they set out to do. I think it is what it is to the nth degree, and I can't fault them on anything about the game. I don't know that it's for me. I think you have to have some sort of, I don't know, self-flagellation need or something like that to want to play that for any extended period of time, because it just gets punishing. I wouldn't call it cheap, but God, I yelled at my screen a lot.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting you to love it. I think I enjoyed the game more than you did, but I really enjoy that kind of weird, like I understand you say that the floaty, physics and jumping.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think so. I have another game that I'm probably gonna have you play. I don't know if it's the next time I'm gonna assign you a game, but in the future, I think we had mentioned last week when we talked about a game called Neon White that I don't think you've said you've played.
I have not.
Um,
I've seen it, probably in every like Steam sale pop up, but I don't think I've
yeah,
played it. Yeah.
I'll be curious. Like, I don't know if it's something I'll sign you, or if I just want to like poke you and be like, hey, you need to try this game, because I'll be curious to see of that, because Neon White has that same kind of floaty jumping, but it also mixes in guns. Like you have to take out demons on your way, like speed running through these levels.
Okay, so that sounds like more something closer to like Mullet Mad Jack or something like that.
Yeah, funny enough, you could probably say, I mean, Neon White, I don't think I 100%ed, but I did more than the bare minimum in that game. I think I hit either a gold or platinum on every course, but that I think that's a good mashup. Mullet Mad Jack and Cluster Truck would kind of make Neon White. I think that's actually a pretty good comparison.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm into that. So
So
I could see it's. I don't want to get it wrong. It's not anything wrong with floaty jumps. I like Destiny. I played the hell out of it, but it's just
yeah,
floaty jumps in a game that demands absolute
precision.
timing and precision was hard for me. It really was. And I don't know. I guess Meat Boy is a pretty floaty guy.
Yeah.
But in a platform setting, I don't know. It makes more sense in my brain. And I think a lot of it too is just I'm as evidence of having another birthday recently. I'm just getting flipping old, man, and I don't know if I have the dexterity and precision and reaction speed anymore to handle it that quickly because it just demands precision.
Yeah, kind of going along with that, even though it's in a little bit of a different direction. But I brought some of my Guitar Hero Rock Band instruments over to the pinball club to, I know it's that genre is starting to come back again, and I know some people are clamoring, hoping
Big
that they
time,
can play
it
that
seems
stuff.
like. Yeah.
Yeah. So I brought some stuff over, and I was playing Clone Hero over there, and I used to be pretty good at Guitar Hero Rock Band stuff, playing on expert. I think I've beat every Guitar Hero and Rock Band game on expert up through like Rock Band 2. Like I wouldn't necessarily say I'm like 100%ing, Green Grass and High Tides or anything, but
What about
I
what's it? Through the Fire and the Flames, Dragon Force.
I may have. I think that was Guitar Hero 3. I may have. So I guess I shouldn't say I can't remember if that was an extra song or if that actually was in career mode. Because let's say if it was in career mode, I may not have actually beaten Guitar Hero 3 because that chart is ridiculous, and even at my best, my finger tapping wasn't that great. But going and playing this past week, I realized, to what you're saying, like my dexterity is not what it was like 10 years ago. It's kind of seeing the wheels of time turn is a little depressing when you get it put right in your face.
Oh yeah, I would wonder like what was it TPM would be if I started playing StarCraft again from what it was 25 years ago. Maybe I don't want to know
it's I was gonna say it might be one of those things that you just better leave in the back of your head.
Yeah.
But
so what's coming up next?
What's coming up next, I believe, is going to be the stuff.
Well, you got to talk about your thing. Yeah, and then okay, you'll assign me something after that, right?
Yeah. Well, no, we gotta get through our stuff first. Then
Oh, I will talk about the stuff. Yes. Well, I had just watched the stuff, and so I had needed to assign you the stuff because it was about a haunted dessert, and I'll put that intro into your review and description of 1984's The Stuff.
1985. Yeah. So The Stuff is a 1985 a satire horror movie. Written and directed by Larry Cohen, who's done quite a bit of stuff. He did It's Alive and It Lives Again back in the 70s. I don't know if you've seen either of those by him. Those are the same kind of like it. The Stuff is a lot like his other movies. Larry Cohen has a pretty particular, I guess, brand. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, written and directed by Larry Cohen, starring Michael Moriarty, Garrett Morris. I think there was Danny Aiello. There's and then a bunch of people that you probably wouldn't know. But it's a movie about a company that creates a dessert that is supposedly super healthy. And the one thing that they make sure you know in the theme song for the dessert over and over again, and I don't know if you remember this, is they really liked to reiterate that it never melts. That it was like the thing that they mentioned over and over again in the song is like, it's the stuff, it never melts, it never melts. And
I don't know if I noticed that. I thought it was like the stuff you always make you want more or something like that. But
yeah.
Did you mention Paul Sorvino is in it? Did you mention?
Oh,
that?
I did. Yep, you're right.
Yeah,
Paul Sorvino played Colonel Spears.
Paulie himself shows up, like just in the third act, and plays a very over the top, like military general in his own mind guy.
It's
weirdo.
Gonna say he played what I would liken to the 1980s version of maybe Alex Jones being a general. It didn't seem like he was really, you know.
Oh my god, that's pretty perfect.
Yes, he's Alex Jones running his own like Hogan's Heroes. Basically, is what
exactly
that looked like.
All right, I'll let you continue describing more about the plot or lack thereof.
Yes. I enjoyed the movie. So yeah, the plot is basically this company, or not even this company, this guy, the movie starts with a guy in some industrial site, I think, and it's snowing out. And this is the most ridiculous premise. And it just made me laughing so hard as to how like they wrote this to be like, oh yeah, this is how this thing happened.
Obviously, it just comes out of the ground. Duh.
Yeah, so it's this older guy, and I maybe I missed it, even though it was the beginning of the movie. So I don't really know why they were on this site. I think they were looking for something or whatever.
No. It was they were like, it's like it was on a mine site. They were miners.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Oh yes. Thank you.
So it was like the lunch pail crowd. Yeah, working the overnight shift kind of thing.
Yeah, and this one older guy is just walking through somewhere, and yeah, because they're heading to lunch or whatever, and he peeled off because he saw something in the snow, and his first reaction to see this thing bubbling out of the ground, it looks like fluff, like marshmallow cream, just coming out of the ground. He sticks his finger in it and starts eating it. Like,
I love that. I love that so much. His first reaction to this unknown bubbling substance is to just eat it, and then he goes right up to the other guy. He's like, "You gotta taste this shit. It's amazing."
He makes it eat it off his finger.
Yes.
So it was so stupid. Like, the guy basically says when he goes up to it that he knows it's not snow. He has no idea what it is. He sticks his hand into it, starts eating it, and then makes the guy next to him eat it. And then,
it should be noted that it's like bubbling too in this scene, like bubbling up like crude oil out of the ground. It's not just like something laying there next to the snow.
Like crude oil or the slime in Ghostbusters 2, just bubbling up. Like, that's basically what it looks like.
Or the bog of eternal stench from Labyrinth.
Yes.
Just to bring us full circle.
See?
There you go.
So what we're basically saying is in the 80s, there was a lot of bubbling weird substances in movies, and this stuff is not one to disappoint.
And if half of this movie wasn't written, financed, and produced by cocaine, I will eat my hat.
So after forcing this guy to eat this oozing marshmallow fluff off his finger, they're like, oh my god, we need to figure out how to sell this stuff. And then you get the title screen, and the next thing you know is one of the stars, Scott Bloom, who plays Jason, I believe. He's just maybe this, I'd say 10, 11-year-old kid that has his typical problems with, his mom, his dad, and, his older brother. And he gets up in the middle of the night because he's being eaten alive by mosquitoes, and he's like, I'm going to go downstairs and get something to eat. And he opens his fridge, and the stuff, which is what this white substance has now been packaged and called, is tipped over in his refrigerator, and he sees it just like climbing through the fridge like it's alive. And his dad catches him and yells at him and tells him, why is he supposed to be down there? And Jason's trying to say, it's moving. And it's
I loved
it
how
goes on.
horrendously over the top the dad's reaction was to his son
He's
standing like
so
at the
mad.
refrigerator. He's so mad, and he's just like he actually smacks him too. And it's just like
Yeah.
I get it that he's supposed to be like haunted by the stuff at some point, but this was pretty early in the movie, and his like knee-jerk reaction is fly off the handle about the fact that his son says he's hungry. Oh god.
This is the absolute bad 80s dad is
Yeah.
who this guy is. But not to go, scene by scene through the entire thing, but we get a little bit more into it, and we meet Michael Moriarty, who was in Law and Order. He was in some other things as well, I think. God, is he still alive? I don't want to say that someone's dead and have killed him off, but it doesn't say he's dead. So yeah, he's still alive. I'm gonna say
he was born in 41. Yeah, he's alive.
Yeah, good for him. So he plays a character named Mo. Oh God, what was his last name? Mo Rutherford. David Mo. He plays. He's a corporate spy. Companies hire him to basically steal ingredients or steal formulas, recipes for their products to help shut them down and give them to whatever company hires him. So this is, I believe, was an ice cream company.
He steals from Coke and gives to RC Cola kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he meets up with an ice cream magnate on his yacht or whatever, and I believe one of his first lines, which made me just made me laugh. Like, this movie, it's obviously it's like I had said, it's a horror satire movie. It's absolutely lampooning, just the culture, the bi culture of the mid 80s, New Coke, all of these, like, you have to have this stuff, it's the great stuff. But
it's satire for sure, but it's very of the time too, and there's plenty of stuff to roll your eyes at looking at it from a 2025 lens, and I'm sure you're
absolutely
about to go into that.
Yeah, there was a lot of that, and I think it was the first line. There, he gets onto the yacht, and he says something, and then a bodyguard or something says, like, I don't think you're quite as dumb as you appear to be. And Mo Rutherford's response, which just made me crack up, and I had to rewind it and watch it again. He says, "No one is as dumb as I appear to be." And I'm just like, that is such
It's a great line.
Like, so he goes on, he accepts the job. He's going to figure out, the ice cream place wants to figure out how the stuff is made because they want to make it for themselves. They want to, put them out of business because they're worried about this and that. So he starts investigating this. He goes to a small town that was one of the test areas for the stuff, and he gets jumped by one of my favorite actors, Garrett Morris, who plays
Chocolate Chip Charlie.
Chocolate Chip Charlie Hobbs, who was put out of business, and he was out for revenge. And
a smear campaign against Chocolate Chip Charlie.
Yes. And I guess, he said his brother and his nephews or his sisters, voted him off out of his own company, voted him off his board, and, he was there to clear his name or, get revenge. And he's a very well-known character in the universe. So, Mo Rutherford sees him after he tackles him and says, "You're Chocolate Chip Charlie." And what was Chocolate Chip Charlie's response?
Sure as hell ain't no Colonel Sanders, something like that. I can't remember.
I sure as hell ain't the Kentucky.
Yeah, there you go. Sorry.
No. So they meet up, they team up together. They're trying to find out, what's going on with the stuff. Mo Rutherford finds the woman who basically did the marketing campaign for the stuff, and they become an item very quickly. I don't really understand the pacing for this. It seems like he
shut down. It's wild. And it's so wild. He's like the protagonist, mind you. And like every woman that he interacts with, if he's like an investigator, trying to get information, he just goes straight into being like this slimeball Southern gentleman role where he's just like,
yes,
well, ain't you just the prettiest young thing? And rubs like their face. And you're just like, what the fuck?
Looking at this 40 years later going, oh my God.
Yeah, seriously, this is kind of weird.
So he very quickly, gets her on his side. They investigate all this stuff. They find out that the origin of it. I don't want to give away the entire movie. There's a big, I'll talk about, the third act where, they meet Colonel Spears, who, like we said, is like the Alex Jones meets Hogan Heroes general, which, the reason why I made that Alex Jones comparison, which is hilarious to me, is because, this Colonel Spears owns 2 radio stations, and, he has his own radio show, and he, tells people about, all these literal conspiracy theories that he has about everything. And Mo convinces him to go on the air and talk about stuff because, millions of people listen to you. Everyone, respects you and this and that. And this guy, the Colonel, is just so absolutely full of himself. And it was hilarious. There was a part, I believe they were on a private plane, or no, they were in the back of a taxi. And he mentioned, I don't understand it. Growing up, I was always the most attractive, the most athletic, the smartest, the this and that, and no one liked me then, and you're gonna make sure people like me now. And just the look on, I believe it was Mo Rutherford's face after he said that is like, all right, buddy.
No, they were. I mean, there was a total send up of your Rush Limbaugh type kind of thing of the time.
Yeah,
was he was around by 85? Yeah, he was around by then. But
he was definitely around.
It was a great send up for sure. Paul Sorvino usually plays such serious roles, so it was kind of fun to see him being totally goofy, and you don't want to give away the third act, great. But much larger of a production than I would have expected for a 1985 haunted ice cream comedy.
I do need to point out one thing, and you watched it 2 weeks ago, last week?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Okay. When there's a scene where Jason is in an area, and there's a couple scenes actually, and the green screen work is so absolutely terrible. I just could not stop laughing.
But it's terrible in the sense that it only now endears you to the picture, kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely. It's such I guess I don't know if I was watching this 40 years ago.
It's all there was.
It would have been right. But it's very clearly you have a close-up shot of this child who's crawling around on all fours, and then you see it just superimposed over this background of the white stuff flowing into a cavern.
Oh yeah.
It's
that was great. Was that the part in the back of the truck or whatever? In the tanker truck when the stuff was attacking him? Yeah, I laughed my balls off of that scene. It was great.
So, I had super low expectations of this movie. I'm ecstatic that you had given it to me, even if I wouldn't have liked it, because I love these weird 80s horror-ish movies that I've never heard of, because there's so many movies like this that should be seen. I would absolutely watch it.
It was
again.
good. It was good.
It was a lot of fun.
It was good satire. It was good satire, and even if it was a bit dated, that only made me love it more because it was just ultimately so ridiculous. But they really put their arms around the concept completely, and I had so much fun with it. I was like, how could the desserts guy not watch this movie?
It was a great choice. I will probably end up watching it again. I mean, who knows if anytime soon, but definitely will be a movie that
put it in
I can't think of something to watch.
Your spooky season rotation.
There's one other quote that I'm trying to remember. I'm looking at something right now. The third act, they're getting away, and Mo gets pulled over by a state trooper, or he's not sure why, and state trooper comes up and talks to him, and he says, the state trooper goes, "Your hose is hanging out back there." And Mo Rutherford's response is to say, "Oh, you gonna arrest me for indecent exposure?" Because he had, the hose that he ripped out of the. I'm like, oh god, this is just terrible comedy that just kind of tickles me at the right spot.
Yeah, I mean, there's a portion of it that's definitely self-aware, but it's also so bad it's good going on, and yeah, it was wonderful.
That is the Larry Cohen experience. Mm-hmm. So I think if you get a chance, because this is the kind of stuff he does. Like I said, I think it's Alive and It Lives Again, I think, or a couple other movies that he did about 10 years before this. I think if you want to check out one of those ones, it would probably tickle you a bit. I don't know why I've seen those, but I had never seen the stuff. It's just apparently a weird little blind spot that I had. But
I had never heard of it before. I don't even know who recommended it, or if I just was going through like
stumbled upon
lists
it.
of great Halloween movies you've probably never heard of or something. But I'm sure glad I found it.
So I think that leads us into assignments for next week.
Yes. And I get a movie and or TV show this week, and it is gaming time for Wyatt. So, have you updated your backlog at all? Let's take a look.
I have not touched my backlog since I updated it last time.
All right. So, having looked at that, there are two things that I was going to go towards on your backlog. And I'm just going to go right into it if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, go for it.
I am going to give you a game that I did and enjoyed a ton, actually, which is rare for me in the Star Wars universe. They're not usually my favorite games, but this one goes back 17 years ago. Star Wars The Force Unleashed is in your backlog for whatever reason. God knows how long it's been there. But you play a bad guy. If I remember correctly, or you're a disciple of Darth Vader and you turn good. I can't recall. That's how long it's been since I played this game. But what I remember more than anything was how much fun the Force abilities were and how much fun they let you have with them. So if you get a kick out of those never-ending pits in Star Wars universe and hurling stormtroopers down them and seeing what you can do with weird physics and breaking things off and smashing them across people, and it was a little sandboxy in that respect. And here it sits on your backlog. So I'm going to make you play it because I think it's probably like one of my favorite Star Wars games. And I'm not like a huge Star Wars guy necessarily. But that one really got the best out of the universe without having to like tell the same exact, Luke canon story type stuff.
I just brought it up on my backlog, and yeah, this looks pretty sweet. Have you played
Do you
the
remember
Infamous
why you
games?
have it, or why you haven't played it, or where you bought it, when you bought it? Did you buy it all the way back then and just never got it? Did you pick it up at a Steam sale at some point?
My guess is it was probably part of a Humble Bundle, is
Oh, yeah, that makes
most
sense.
likely where I got it.
Yeah.
But I
Did I play the
remember,
Infamous games?
yeah, they were on
I
PS3.
I want to say that there was one that came free on PS4 on
Yeah, that was
Plus.
Second Son.
I played that. That's the only thing in the series that I've played.
Oh man, I got to get you to play at least Infamous 2. That was one. I mean, I haven't played that since before PS4 was out, but I remember when I played Infamous 2, it was the same kind of like power fantasy where you're
Mm-hmm.
obviously a superhero slash supervillain and you can just go for it.
Yeah,
And this
but
sounds like obviously the same
not
kind
just
of
be able to
thing,
just
but
destroy people because I'm a badass, but like actually have
yeah,
fun with the abilities kind of thing. That's what was fun about it. And
yeah.
that was one of the last I think LucasArts games actually.
That wouldn't surprise me. I don't know who, I don't think EA holds the rights to Star. Oh no, Ubisoft has it now, I think, which
Mm-hmm.
is almost even worse.
Yeah, I think I
But
played
actually, yeah, I
this on 360 when it came
was gonna
out.
say, I think originally it was 360 and PS3 is what this came out on.
Oh no, I mean it was on everything. I'm looking right now. It came out on N-Gage, and I will allow you to play it on that if you so
I'll
choose.
fire up my N-Gage emulator.
No, but it was PS2, PS3, PSP, Wii, 360, Windows, Mac OS 10, and it even came out on Switch. And what is J2ME? What platform is that?
J2ME.
Java. Oh, okay. There was a
Oh,
Java
I guess that
version.
makes sense. There's no way that this came out on PS2.
I'm staring at the Wikipedia page, brother.
I'm gonna have to check that out because I can't imagine that was very good.
Okay, here you go. It was done by Chrome Studios. Did the PS2, PSP, Wii, and Switch adaptions. So
There's a Switch adaptation.
yeah,
Huh.
So you could try it on that too. But if you already
I
own
guess
it on
so.
PC, you should probably just see if. Oh, you know what this would be great for? If you could use maybe lossless scaling on this to
Hey, there we go.
crank up the visuals a little bit on a 15-year-old plus game. You should see if that works. See how it works. Let me
I think I
know.
will. The only thing I'm going to be curious about is the control scheme, because I know with some of these older games with either controller support. I guess if I play it on console, which
It was
I
on
could, but I believe I have it on
three.
Steam.
Yeah, 360 era games should definitely have controller support. It has to. Plus, like you said, it was in a humble bundle. It's going to have more modern patching somewhere
Yeah,
along the
good
lines.
call. Good call. But there's one thing, I did want to mention before in the intro, and we don't have to really talk too much about it as we're getting towards the end. But I had mentioned EA, and big news recently is that EA was recently bought by Saudi
Kushner
money.
and the Saudis.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should be
so EA is now a private
developers
company
and consumers alike. Yeah, they're going to turn into a private company and inherit $20 billion in debt for the right of the purchase too. So they're going to finance $20 billion of debt and put it directly into the company. So that should go great just for everybody. And you thought EA could do microtransactions before loot boxing? Holy fucking shit! They're going to open it up now.
The only thing that makes me happy is that I don't really play anything EA anymore.
No, I sure
I
as hell
played
don't play
the
Madden.
last.
I play Battlefield. Oh.
That's gonna suck for you. They might not even let Battlefield come out now.
I could honestly give a shit about 6 at this point. I have 2042, and it makes me happy just because it has like the mode where you can play all the previous maps and the previous versions of the game. I'm pretty content as long as there's still people for me to play with. I just dip in once in a while. I don't really care. Yeah, like you said, I don't know of anything, especially in-house EA stuff these days. Do they even have studios anymore?
Well, I know EA. I think they only distribute, and maybe that would change. But the studio that makes It Takes Two and Way Out, and I believe Split Fiction. Those
wow, they really like making co-op games. So I didn't know those were all related.
Yeah, no, it's the same. Yeah, Hazelight Studios is a developer. I know EA publishes, I believe. But yeah, Hazelight Studios. That the guy on that, he's the one that makes all of those like couch co-op like split screen games. But so hopefully, it's published by Electronic Arts. It'd be really nice to see them get away from that because I personally have no problem stepping away from EA.
I'd like to see the NFL step away from EA now and give the license to anybody who wants to publish stuff with their approval, and then in some roundabout way, we get a real NFL 2K25. That would be great. But this deal won't even go through till 27, I think. So
no, there's still a while on this.
Yeah.
But yes, I know it was a side tangent, but I wanted to mention that earlier because that was kind of big gaming news. Not that we're exactly.
I'm not aware
podcast,
of any gaming consumers that are exactly like pro EA prior to this news. So no. I don't think anybody's gonna. There's no love lost. Fuck EA. I don't give a shit. This makes me sad. Yeah, the Tiger 2005 is one of the best sports games of all time. I wish they would still make stuff like that, but now everything's just stupid yearly sims that are no fun.
No lies detected with
dead air.
That right there. No, I think the problem here is
I get something. Your internet sucks, so every time I talk, there's a delay before you finish hearing. Yeah, so we'll have to not record.
Yeah, my delay right now is over 1100 milliseconds, so I'm pretty sure this audio is going to be pretty crappy.
There's going to be some pauses, but it's okay. People all work with us. It's okay. Or, hear me out.
Do this.
You could go in and trim 1100 milliseconds in between every single thing that we say.
People will hang with us. This is, I'll apologize in the show notes for the crappy, I'm sure crappy audio for this week, but next week will be better because
I was recording into my webcam audio a few weeks ago, so shit happens, man. Roll with us. We
Yes.
don't have it yet.
Quick, drop it.
I don't know where I put the thing.
We don't have it yet.
Hey.
Hey, there we go. That was worth the wait.
Yep.
All right. So I think I'd asked you if you had seen this before, and I don't believe you had. I'm actually finishing up the second season right now, so it'd be pretty sweet if you could watch a little bit of the first season. So
everything you give me is like everything that you give me. I feel like thus far, I've given you like movies, and everything you've given me is like, oh yeah, it had 5 seasons. It's hard.
There's only 2 seasons.
Okay.
There's only 2 seasons, and the stuff I'm giving you is like with these shows at least. I'm trying to give you something that you could add into your rotation, and like you'll actually enjoy it.
And you very much have, and I tip my cap to you. Yeah, and it's mostly been stuff that's pretty easily digestible too. So
yes, this falls right into that as well.
Right.
Have you seen? Which I guess this will blow it out of the water if you have seen it. I'll have to pick something else quickly. But have you watched Twisted Metal yet?
I have not.
All right. Well, that's what you're going to watch.
Watched like I think the most I may have watched was like a trailer for season 2. Just because I found out that NoHo Hank was in the show.
He is fantastic in season 2, but you have
Anthony
to get to season 2
Kerrigan
to see
is fantastic in everything. Well, I could just season 2 because I decide I want to. I mean, it's Twisted Metal. How much am I really gonna miss?
You will miss.
All right, fair enough. Okay, if there's that much story continuity, all right, that's fine. Yeah.
You'll miss the building of the 2 main characters, and you'll just see them in season 2 and be like, oh cool, these are just the 2 main characters, when basically the entire first season, not to give everything away for you, but the entire first season is building up to the Twisted Metal tournament. So season 2 is actually like the Twisted Metal tournament, and season 1 builds into why this is happening, so you kind of get a lot of backstory in the first season.
Oh, you're really not doing a lot to sell me on not just jumping right into season 2 here, Wyatt.
Jason Mantzoukas.
Who the hell is that?
Rafi from the league.
Oh, love him. Okay.
So there you go. You only get him in season 1.
Well, just say Rafi next time. I would have known exactly who you're talking about immediately.
How about Mike
Gattaca!
Mitchell? Mike Mitchell from the Birthday Boys from Doughboys.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah, season 1.
Is the Doughboys podcast the people from Birthday Boys? I've never listened to it. I've just heard John talk about it.
Mike Mitchell's in it. I'm the worst person to ask because I've also never listened to it. I just know that Mike Mitchell's part of it. I don't think it's actually a Birthday Boys production. I think it's just what he is in.
A dude from the Birthday Boys. Got it. Yeah.
Yeah. And you got Will Arnett.
Cool.
I mean, this is a great cast. You got Will Arnett. You've got Anthony Mackie. You've got Stephanie Beatrice, who plays. Oh my God. This is terrible. She plays in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Oh my God.
Okay.
Rosa Diaz. She plays Rosa Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It has, Anthony Kerrigan. Thomas Hayden Church is in the first season. Everyone loves Thomas Hayden Church.
Agreed. All right. Yeah. I mean, this looks fun.
They're like 22 to 27-minute episodes.
Oh wow, it's short. Okay, I was thinking they were like hour longs, but I assume we're just talking about self-aware horror comedy. I would assume this is right in the middle of that type of genre.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely comedy aspects to it. There's also some darkness, obviously, to it. The Twisted Metal tournament is a pretty dark it's the video game in a TV show, except with more you actually get to feel out the backstory instead of just reading a paragraph on who this character is and then winning the Twisted Metal tournament and watching a 30-second video of what happens.
No story. Yeah, no story whatsoever. Is it like is it PG-13 or is it closer to full R?
I would say it's probably closer to full R, honestly.
All right. I didn't know if it's like gruesomely over the top violent or, throwing F-bombs left and right or anything, or if it was going for more of the teen audience.
Language-wise, I don't know if it's like gratuitous language, and even with the violence, it's fairly picky about when it chooses to do it, but when it decides to go violent, you kind of go like, oh wow, all right.
All right, fair enough.
It's a Peacock show, so NBC. It's really not going to be like.
That's immediately why I asked.
Yeah.
Because I pulled up the IMDb. I'm like, oh, it's Peacock. Okay, so yeah, is it toned down? I was just curious.
Yeah, it's a little worse than obviously it's worse than what NBC would allow to be on NBC,
Right.
but it's not like it's not HBO. It's it straddles that line a little bit. Yeah, even if you watch the first 3, I think about the first 3 episodes gets you to like the main characters. You figure out who they are, and then I think you actually get the main characters together. But I do think there's 22 episodes that have come out. There's 10 in season 1, and I believe 12 in season 2. And I'm actually just finishing up season 2 right now, which I will hopefully finish by the end of the week because it's something that I've been really into. But I think you'll really enjoy it. Nev Campbell's in it. We all like Nev Campbell.
Oh yes, anyone our age anyway certainly had a crush on Nev Campbell at some point in 1996, or at least I did. You might be a few years too young for that at the time, but
yeah, close enough.
I'm just saying when you were, if you were 9 at the time, that wouldn't work. Or maybe you did. I don't know.
Maybe I did. Who could? I could have.
Yeah, I should.
I could have bloomed early.
Yeah, well, I was hoping you're not watching Scream at the time, but you were within the realm to have still seen it in that era, obviously. But I digress with your horrible. You haven't gotten to the end of this sentence yet.
No, that's okay because at this point I don't know what the end of the sentence is, so I'm going to say that that's the period on the end of the sentence. And yes, so I'm going to have you watch Twisted Middle for next week. Like I said, 2 or 3 episodes, and if it's something you enjoy to watch more of, obviously watch as much as you want. But I think that'll give you the good gist of it by 2 or 3 episodes.
I could do that for sure, and I'm going to guess that it's not so in depth that I couldn't possibly be, putting it on in the background slightly on occasion.
Yeah, no, for the most part, I mean, I found myself a couple times with the second season where I did have to be like, oh wait, I need to rewind this because I'm not exactly sure how we just ended up here. But for the most part, it's background TV.
Yeah. All right. Perfect.
And I think
I've given you another really old game.
Hey, that's fine. I mean, if I don't think this is going to hit the same way that Bastion did, because that was, I think, just a hole-in-one that you really got there. But it's a game. The Force Unleashed is a game I've always wanted to play. It's just, again, it's one of those games that sit in your backlog and you just don't touch.
I would say you're not going to have a bad time for sure. So we'll find out.
All right. So I think that brings us to a way too long episode, and
it happens.
I have a feeling it's because it's a little bit later at night, so if I don't talk, I'm going to fall asleep, and that doesn't make for good podcasting.
We'll get there. We just don't have it yet.
We don't have it yet. But
thanks, everybody.
So, if you want to hit us up, we're on social media. We're on Blue Sky. We don't have it yet. .bsky.social. Got an email address. We don't have it yet at gmail.com. I'm pretty sure Nick's going to tell me that he has the website all stood up and perfect and good to go, so you can visit us there. Right, Nick?
Definitely, totally what I spent my birthday weekend doing instead of celebrating with my family. Yes, that's what I do.
Yes, I mean, this is the A1 priority. Nothing else matters.
Next week.
We'll have it eventually. But thanks for joining us once again. I'm Wyatt. That's Nick, and we don't have it yet.
See ya.
Bye-bye.